Hey guys, it's Bub here, and in this video we're taking a look at what is the least amount of RAM that Windows 95 will run on. Of course, Windows 95 was the first Microsoft operating to feature this full of a desktop OS experience, so I'm actually interested. Windows ME got to about 8 megabytes, I believe, and I know Windows 98 got down to 4 megabytes, and I think 4 megabytes is the VMware minimum. So I'll be interested to see if Windows 98 got more optimized or if Windows 95 is just going to meet the same thing. So here with Windows 95, we're using 128 megs of RAM. So I actually don't know the minimum for Windows 95, or not the minimum, but the recommended. So I'm actually going to take a look at just cutting it straight in half, going down to 64. Again, this should be totally fine, but just to check, we'll see if it's going to boot. And the good news is it looks like it booted, which, no surprise, 1995, I don't even know what the average RAM rate was. But 64 megs, all good to go. Let's go ahead and power down and cut her in half again, straight down to 32 megs. Alright, so I think this was just because I actually improperly shut it down. I don't think this is because of the RAM. I hope this wasn't because of the RAM. Press any, okay. Oh, that was just probably a graphics driver. Error while initializing device iOS. Windows protection error. You need to restart your computer. Okay, so are we actually running into issues with 32 megs of RAM, or is this just something because I improperly shut down them? Okay, I guess we're gonna let it run ScanDisk, but we did set it to 32 megs, so I really see no reason why it's doing this. Again, 32 megabytes of RAM, VM settings, 32 megs. If we bump it back up to 64, is it gonna boot, or did we just, is it the RAM, or did we actually corrupt the OS? I'm not really sure. Okay, so it looks like it got, oh, it booted. Okay, that is really strange, because Windows 98 booted on 8 megabytes. Windows 95 can't boot on 32, so it does look like they actually did optimize Windows. Okay, so instead of cutting it down to 32, I actually shut it down the proper way this time, and I'm going to cut it down to, I'm going to go 42. 42, it has to be, I'm going to go 44. We're going to try that, and we're going to see just what happens. Again, we did shut the VM down the right way. Maybe we're getting that error because of 32 megs, and I shut it down improperly. It didn't like that. We'll see what happens here. Alright, 44 megs of RAM. Again, perfectly fine. It's actually reporting as 43. So I'm going to, every time I'm just going to shut it down properly, just because what if that was causing a protection error? So let's go down to 36, and then we'll try 32 again. I'm really hoping that 32 is not our limit, because if so, that would be pretty lame for Windows 95. Alright, 36 booted perfectly fine. So it looked like, again, we're going to actually go from 30, or yeah, we're going to go from 36 to 28. We're going to completely skip 32. Something tells me I hit the wrong button, but something tells me that the error we were getting was because I just forced shut down the machine, because I just didn't do something right. Although we might actually have to force shut down oh wait, there we go. It was just locked up for a little bit. Okay, shut down the computer. We're gonna go down to 20. No, you know what? Let's go to 24. I feel comfortable going to 24, knowing that that mistake was just forcefully shutting down the computer. And would you look at that, 24 megs of RAM, it booted perfectly normal, but that was a little bit slow. But once we're in the OS, I mean, everything seems snappy like Windows 95. Again, shutting down the machine. Let's go to 16. I feel comfortable trying 16. All right, 16 megabytes. We're getting down there. I mean, this is, I'm gonna predict we're gonna probably get to about 4 or 8, and depending on if Windows 95 was actually not well optimized, because again, it was a new OS with a completely new desktop environment, everything like that, it wouldn't surprise me if it wasn't as optimized as 98. Alright, so we booted on 16. Let's cut it down to 8. I'm going to cut it in half, and we're going to see what happens with 8 megabytes. We are getting ridiculously low. I'm not even sure, this may sound really stupid, but I don't even know if there's a page file in Windows 95. Okay, so I can't really find anything on if Windows 95 had a page file. Oh, since Windows 95, they've used a special file. Okay, so since Windows 95, Windows 95 does have a page file. Okay, cool. So I think this is the last one we can do. I think the last thing we can do is go to 4, because VMware tools only VMware only increments in increments of 4. So power off. Let me double check that. Going down to 4. We can't go to 2. It must be 4 or more. So let's see what happens. All right, so we actually did get an error at the beginning. The display adapter is not configured properly. It wants us to install a new graphics driver, but we're in. VMware tools just didn't start, and the graphics drivers obviously messed up a little bit. But I mean, we booted. We are in Windows 90. Okay, VMware tools did start, but the graphics drivers didn't have enough RAM to start. But there we are. 4 megabytes of RAM. That's crazy. Just imagine how little 4 megabytes is. I mean, especially compared to files that we use now. And the fact that my computer has 32 gigabytes of RAM, and this has 4 megabytes and it's able to boot. That is insane. But with that being said, thank you for watching this video. If you liked it, make sure to subscribe if you're new right here, as I do all kinds of different technology videos, including device restorations. And with that being said, I will see you all in the next one.